Fred?
Where to begin? I'm sure you guys have spoken about this movie so much. You know how much this movie resonates with everyone, especially everyone here tonight. So I guess I might start with a question and very quickly open it up to the audience. And then I'm also supposed to let everyone know Found Footage 3D will be starting about 15 minutes after this screening in Theater 4. So you're not missing it. I gotta know about the songs. There's 2 songs in this movie that we all love so much. Where did they come from?
Michael Campbell.
I hate those songs. Hate those songs. Peter Hyams, our wonderful producer and a mentor of mine for years, had a relationship with Michael Cimbello, who was kind enough to do those songs for us. And I'm glad that you like them.
Is that like a disconnect when certain things resonate so much and you're sitting there going...
Well, that's a great question, because as a filmmaker, and maybe for these guys too as actors, that happens quite a bit. I love that thing you did with it, and you're like, that was the worst thing ever. But it's great when the stuff that you want to work works, and there's enough in this movie for me that's the case. So
what for all 3 of you guys, what still works about this when you see it? What still kind of fills you with joy?
I think it's all the same. It's the feels, right? They still work. Yeah. It feels work. We all connected with what it was. For me, as someone that was in it, it was I really, really dug the script that we read to do this movie, which was a lot longer than the movie, and then that got whittled down as we went or before, and then we even shot more. But there was so much that Fred and Shane put into the story with the kids that was a lot deeper than you see in a final version that we have. And those are the stuff that I really liked. And some of them are there, some of them aren't.
he likes the stuff that's not in the movie.
No, yeah. No, I get it. I get it. No.
I have
in
a
the original
chainsaw
script,
where, you know, I have a chainsaw.
In the original script that we didn't even do, because I remember the story, because they put so much cool stuff for us to do and say and know, and I dug that. It comes across anyway. I just was privy to stuff that was there. You know, that's one of those inside things. So I think that's it for that. It's still, look, I mean, it's effects and stuff. I mean, we had a combination of everything in this movie, like a cool kids adventure movie. We had makeup effects, we had special effects, we had creature effects, we had guys throwing fake stop signs at our faces and with wind machines, and it was incredible.
Yeah, you're riding on Dracula at the end.
I'm riding on Dracula at the end, yes.
Special talents. Unicycle, foreign languages, riding on Dracula.
Dracula surfing.
That's right. It got me into college.
What do you ask?
A continue of the question. What still sort of resonates for you about the film? What do you still love when you see it?
This. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you know, when I was a kid, I did a job, and then I was done with the job, and it was fun, and you know, Fred changed my life, and it was great, and you know, however many years later, I get to hang out with you guys. So like for me, that's it for me.
Just to fill in the blanks for what Ryan just said, which I was really touched by. This movie bombed, folks. This movie was a bomb. I went to theaters the night it opened. In fact, we had a limo, didn't we, Andre? And we went out and we went to theaters. And
Yeah, it was like the Pat of Guys.
Pat of Guys, my friends from college. And we went from
around
theater to theater, and we'd go into a theater, and there were 13 people watching this movie. And then we'd go to the next one. Hey, 11. There's, you know, there's 2 blind guys and a nun and a dog watching the movie. And it was crushing. in all seriousness. It was heartbreaking because we put our hearts and souls into it. And then slowly but surely, thanks to cable, late night TV, and eventually, you know, video and DVD and Blu-ray, eventually it found its audience. And that's very gratifying. It's you know, delayed gratification, but it's very gratifying.
Earlier today, we spoke a little bit about, you know, one of the big moments in the revival of the Monster Squad came a couple of years ago with Eric Vespi and a lot of the Ain't It Cool folks down in Austin. Big reunion. So what have these past years been like? I know you just said gratifying, but now that's like really, you're here, you're at this screening, you're at other screenings. What does that feel like?
That's, I mean, super rad is the only really cool thing. Because,
Bitchin'?
Yeah, bitchin'. Since that first 06 screening that we all got to go do that kind of launched this last Craziness Fervor, we get to go do really cool shit like this. And what's super gratifying or amazing, like Ryan was touching on, is this theater is now full with true original and second generation Monster Squad fans. And what's really cool is we have people that have driven from a lot of places. And I know the Tabangots drove from Carson City, Nevada for this. Not Wizard World, for this. And they're right here. That's cool. And everybody else that comes here is cool, and how do you not really dig that? So, I mean, that's amazing.
And also just the fact that, you know, before we saw this film being shown in this theater, Fred got the first Bruce Campbell award for, I mean, like, for a film that just was not recognized. You know, it's in its infancy, and now it's...
Goonies is better.
Ew!
I believe Andre specifically had a fight about that last
just
year.
a little
Ugh, barf! Boom! So, did you guys see his award?
Sure.
Oh my God.
I'll show it to you again.
Yeah, pull that. Whip it out, dude.
I love that I'm the only guy who has this.
All right, let's get some
So
questions
far.
going. Hands up.
There's a guy in the middle.
Okay, what is it like working with Stan Winston?
That's a you question.
I'm still sad that Stan's not with us. He was a really good, he was really supportive of me and my career, and he did an amazing job on this movie, and he was a genius, and I miss him.
What was the hardest effect to shoot in this movie?
Question was, what was the hardest effect to shoot?
to shoot in the movie? Well, you know, we had Richard Edlund doing the what we then called optical effects. Now everything's digital, so they don't call them that anymore, even though you still look at them with your eyes, so they are technically still optical. Let's change the name, it'll be cooler. VFX. Visual, oh, I see. We're not optical anymore, now they're visual. We had Richard Edlund who worked